Hey YouTube, today we are doing a carburetor on a Craftsman front-wheel drive self-propelled 159cc. This is like a Honda clone or a Subaru clone, something like that. It's very similar to a Honda. I'm not exactly sure what kind of motor this is. It's a Chinese clone of one of them. Good old Craftsman. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is pop this air filter assembly off, air filter off. And then we're going to take these three 10mm out. Alright, we're going to grab this and just pull it straight back. There's going to be some hoses holding on, but they come right off. They pop right off, no problem. Boom. This one's going to fight it. You have to twist it a little bit with a pair of pliers. I grab with a pair of pliers, give it a little twist, and it'll pop right off. Okay, now we're going to pull this fuel line off. Looks like somebody else has been in this already. This clamp should be all the way up onto this. So we're going to pull that off, and then we're going to drain it into your tank into a clear container. I use the empty water bottles, that way I can see what's going on. It started off kind of a yellow color, but it's more clear coming out. So I'd have to say that the very bottom, what was in this line, what's in the carburetor, is very old gas, and then they dumped some good gas in on top. So we're going to get that all emptied out, and then we'll just blow the tank out with an air hose. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead and pull this metal plate off. Be gentle. I don't know exactly. Oh, okay, that's like a choke shut off system. So we'll just set it to the side. Pull this gasket off, set it to the side. This throttle will open all the way up. Here, let's pull it right on up where you can see it. Open it right on up, and this will come straight up out. And then you take the spring off, and then this choke arm will get the carburetor off. No, we won't. What is this choke? I'm gonna have to look at that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to grab this with a pair of pliers and pull it out so you can see. Grab it, pull it out. It pulls straight out. I promise it does. There it goes, straight out. Now, instead of all the other dumb stuff, just remember this goes in that way. Set it right like that. And then this arm will pull straight up out of there now. No fuss, no muss. Alright? Boom. Easy peasy. There it goes. It can fall and everything. I don't care. Alright. Now we're going to flip this thing upside down. We're going to take this bowl bolt out. Then we're going to take the bowl off. Now the bowl gasket tried sticking to the bowl. Be very gentle. I'm not even sure where I'm going to find these parts. I'll try my best to find these on Amazon, but this is like a weird Chinese clone piece of something or another. So I'll look up the model number. Let's see what the model number is on this thing, just so I got a video of it. Here's the model number. I'll look that up and see if I can find something on Amazon, you know, the carburetor and everything. But be really careful, because that's just a pain in the butt right there. Alright, now we're going to take this pin out and pull the float needle valve out. Okay, so now we're going to give this guy a super cleaning. This is the main jet. That is the most important. And then this side. This one and this one are very important. And then this guy right here has to be clear as well. Very important. Alright, so we're going to spray through all of them, and then we're going to make sure that there's no dirt. Like any of this dirt right here can fall off and float up into this jet. And then the bowl. Woo, that puppy there. We're going to get all this real clean now. I use a can of carb cleaner with a straw on it, and if I absolutely have to, I'll pull a wire out of a wire wheel and then poke through all these holes, because they have to spray out somewhere. They have to go somewhere. So they got to, and when they do spray somewhere, they got to go well. It's got to feel like they're spraying through clearly and not being blocked by anything. Okay, this has kind of the same as a Honda setup. We got to take this idle screw out because there's a jet underneath that. So we're going to take this idle screw out. A little flathead should work. And then we're going to pry this up with a little flathead screwdriver. Okay, so now you've got that jet out, you're going to use carb cleaner again and spray through it again. Now we're going to put these back into the carburetor. Alright, now we got to clean this bowl out. This is a little trick. I use diesel fuel. Diesel fuel works great on rusty stuff like this. Alright, and then make sure you clean the needle valve and the float really well. A little diesel fuel on that, and then spray it all off good with carb cleaner. Alright, some staining is okay. You just want to make sure all the big debris is off of it. Alright, now we're going to reinstall the float and needle valve. Just sits right back down into the fuel inlet. Just like that, and then we're going to put the pin back in it. Then we're going to reinstall a bowl. The drain bolt goes away from the fuel inlet so that it's easier to get to when it's on the lawnmower. And then we're going to tighten this 10mm bowl bolt back on. Now we're going to slide the carburetor back in place. We're going to put the throttle arm back in place. It goes right in there. It takes 2 hands to get it in. It just drops straight in there and then comes out. Then we're going to put the spring in. You just bring this way and you see where the spring goes, that little hole right there. Now we're going to re-hook this up to this arm and get it dropped into there. Okay, now we got this in there. This spring right here is going to go all the way back around and then hook onto this. Okay, so when you get it in here, it's going to be like that. That's how you know that it's right. And then we're going to slide this back in here. Actually, I was wrong. This arm goes on this side here, like this. Alright, so you got to push it and then push this in this way, like this. Now once you got it in a little bit, just push it until it clicks into place. Boom, that's it. That's choke, off, choke, off. So this is run by this little spring over here, and this over here is to cut it off. We're going to slide it back on now. First we're going to go with the gasket, put this gasket back on. Alright, then we're going to put this back on.
What do you want to do with it? You want to just start it out?
Alright, and that should be it right there.
Okay, I'm not going to do that at this point this evening anyway, so you got time to
I believe
pull back on
that fell out of that. Okay, so that should be up in that slot. You got to make sure that's right or the choke will not work properly. Okay, so now I got that in there, and that choke arm is in between these 2 rods. So when this rod gets warm, it'll pull and it'll turn that choke off. Okay? Now we're going to take and reattach our fuel line, and we're going to make sure this clamp is all the way on. Okay, I believe now we are just going to put this air filter assembly back on and put our 2 nuts and our bolt back in. Then air filter, make sure it's clean. I already checked it, it's good. Slide it right on the bottom of this and make sure it's in a clip. Again, I will try my best to find all this stuff on Amazon, and I'll list it all in my comments below. Fill it with gas, you're ready to go. Anything I can find that you'll need for this, I'll put it in the comment section. I'm not exactly sure what type of motor this is. It's almost like a mix between a Kohler and a Subaru, some Chinese knockoff. Anyways, if this helped you in any way, shape, or form, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, show me a little love. Today's t-shirt. Peace.